Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fate, and you're listening to Attacking the Beats on IllMuzik.com. We are once again another 5 beats and another 5 reviews, and I'm still trying to bang these out as quickly as possible, and you guys keep sending them in, so I mean, it's a win-win, but at the same time, I mean, look, it's a lot of beats, man. Sorry. I try my best. But we'll get right to it right away. First up, we got, who we got? Okay, we got Jared Grant with Never Been. Let's check it out. All right. So that was Jared Grant with Never Been. This is an interesting track, man. I mean, it was nice and smooth with the keys, and then you brought in the strings. Strings were really dope. Nice addition to that. But the keys, that's what really stands out. Some really smooth shit right there. And then I was expecting some drums, some hard-hitting drums to come in, but then actually I was surprised because, you know, you just have these laid-back drums and stuff, and it fits really, really well. My main complaint would be the fact that it's a little too laid back, I think. You know, and I mean, not necessarily it's laid back, but I just think that the drums need to be spiced up just slightly. You know what I mean? I mean, especially the snare, because I just find like the kick's good and everything. The snare, I think, could add. You know, you can add some reverb to that because you have a smooth beat and it's very spacious. I think if you add some reverb to the snare, that'll really fill out that space and all that stuff. And plus, I'm thinking, like, you know, this is the type of beat that you could definitely put some vocals on top of, you know, for like some type of you know, love track or something like that. So if you have that with some reverb, that'll be a nice addition with the vocal track on top. So just try that. Mainly, not so much the kick, but mainly the snare. You know, just to bring it up a bit and give it some life, let's say. And the other things you have on the pan left was the I guess it was like some kind of percussion, like the hat or something like that, and it's good. It's just, I just think on its own, like when you really hear it, you know, because when you bring in those extra keys, it kind of masks it, so that's okay. But on its own, it's like it's a little too loud. Like it's just kind of sitting there, you know. So I mean, it's good, but for me, I would just kind of, you know, just tone that down a bit, just drop the dB a bit on that, you know. So yeah, just that and the snare, really. Those are the two main things. But that's really dope. Nice beat. I like the way everything's put together. like I said, especially those keys, they really come in nice. And then the strings, that was a nice addition. So that's some dope shit. All right, so next up we've got Kamani Way with 6 West. Let's check it out.
Hey, listen.
All right. Okay, so that was Kamani Way with 6 West. Now this one's interesting, really, because I know I say that a lot, but it is interesting because you have, it sounds like a sample, right? I'm assuming it's a sample, but it sounds so nice, that sample, and I'm just like, just on its own, the sample is really fucking dope, okay? But then the rest of the stuff you have that comes in, I just don't think it matches with that sample. You know, and what's weird is that, like, it does, but it doesn't. You know, because I think that your drums, bass, and those keys you have, I think they sound okay with the sample. Like, they're good and everything, but I just think that that sample doesn't need all that shit. I think, really, if you just use that sample loop and you bring in just not that type of trap drum loop, you know, just a regular straight up drum loop, just like a, let's say, like just a kick, hat, and snare, you know, just like boom, boom, just like that, just simple kick snare. You don't have to double anything up, nothing. Just a simple kick snare. Add that with the sample, and then trust me on this. Add some piano, man, not those keys. Add like some actual piano notes. You know, some nice combinations, because that sample, it sounds like it needs piano on it. Like, I think piano would just really complement that sample. So I would totally get rid of the other stuff. Just have a simple drum track on that. You know, of course, with a nice bass line and the piano on top. I think, yeah, because that sample is really dope. But the rest of the stuff you have, like I said, it works though. It does sound nice. I just don't think, like, my preference, I would have used the sample a different way, because then you bring in, you know, this trap style, which is fine, but it's just that, to me, I just don't think it complements the sample too well. But anyway, as far as the beat itself, though, like the bass line, I think needs to be worked a little better, because it only comes in sporadically. So, you know, but it's kind of heavy too, you know. But anyway, the drums are nice though. Although the snare is pan left, which I wasn't crazy about, because you know, I'm like, where's the snare, you know? But anyway, but yeah, it's hard to really break this one down, yeah, because it's that sample, man. It's fucking dope. It's good, man, really, because that's what I was expecting. I was expecting some piano on top of that shit. So maybe try that, you know, or maybe even keep what you have, but instead of those keys, okay, those keys you have on top, instead of that, just get rid of that and have some nice piano on top, some nice smooth piano. I think that'd be a banger, man. All right, so next up, who we got? We got Lonel Suave, or is it Suave, with Westbound. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Long Nail Suave. You have to let me know, man, with Westbound. All right, so this track, it says in the description that it's trap soul, and I do agree with that. That's pretty good description. What's good about this beat is that it's very well put together. I like that. Okay, you have some nice snare rolls. You got some dope bass. I like the way you built up, the whole track, really. But especially the bass when you're doing a couple little stutter things with the bass. That stuff is pretty cool. But I think overall, it's just your drum track is solid and everything. At the beginning, you have that lo-fi stuff, and I was thinking like this is gonna be some kind of gutter beat, but then he surprised me because he drops in something nice and big and bright with some synths and stuff. So it's really good. It's a nice beat. My only complaint really is the vocal snippet that you use, because you don't need that. You really don't, because the rest of the beat is strong by itself. You don't need to have that vocal stuff on top. I mean, you can keep it, but maybe just make it very subtle. Just subtle. Because at first I was like, okay, you're just repeating it. That's okay. But then you kept playing with it. Bringing it up and down and stuff, pitching up and down really fast, and that just kind of took away from the beat for me. But I think that's the main thing, because the rest of the beat, like I said, it's really good, really well put together, especially that low end, and the drum work. He did some good shit with that. But like I said, just the vocal sample, just try to do something with that. Like I said, maybe just keep it very, very minimal, have it come in once in a blue moon or something, because other than that, it just sounds like it's just kind of overwhelming with the beat, and it doesn't need it, because the beat is strong on its own. So, but that's the main thing, is the vocal snippet. But other than that, the beat's really dope. I like it. All right, so next up we got Stay Piffed with Menorah Major. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Stay Piffed with Menorah Major. So with this beat, you got this really nice intro. It's really smooth with the strings, and it sounds like I guess a vocal sample that you have there that was just played around with the pitch or whatever. That's what it sounds like. It's nice like female vocal or whatever, and then you brought in these drums that the type of drums that I expected. That's what I expected, and it's dope. Okay, my only complaint really is the fact that the drum track's too loud. That's the main thing. That and the piano's dope, but I think it's just you just need to lower that a bit. But mainly the drums. That's the main complaint, is the drums, because they're nice. I just think that not so much just the drum the drums itself that are loud, but just the drum sounds. They're just heavy drum sounds. So I don't think they need to be that heavy, So maybe just, even if you just bring the whole thing down a bit, whatever, it should be okay. But yeah, that's the main thing, really, because you just have this drum track that's very, very loud over this nice, smooth and eerie type sample. And also, I just think that it's, it just needs to be spiced up just a bit because it sounds kind of dry. That's the main thing. And I think it was the last show or something, but I mentioned to somebody one of the tricks I like to use for the drums is to add just a very, very small, just a dash of spice to it, man. Just a dash of delay to it. So I don't know what you have for plugins and stuff, but like a machine, for example, which I'm using, they have a beat delay on it. So I use the beat delay, and man, that works magic sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it's like, wow, this really spices shit up, So try that. Try to add some delay or something, because just the sounds themselves, just the drum sounds themselves, they're kind of dry. So that plus the volume of that. Other than that, everything's good because I like the other piano you bring in later on and stuff. About halfway through, you brought in the other heavy piano, and that shit was dope. But it's mainly the main sample that was really nice. So I would focus also on that, the main sample, just to bring it out a little more. Don't focus so much on the drums and the piano too much. But some dope shit. All right, so next up we got the last beat. It's Steven Diaz with Interrude. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Steven Diaz with Interrude. So this beat, the thing with this is that this is the type of beat that is, it sounds like a real 90s beat or whatever, and it's good though because it's just a straight up beat. It's perfect for an MC. Okay, but then again, judging this beat on its own without vocals, obviously, on its own, it's like, okay, it's just a little repetitive. You know what I mean? So it is a good beat, very, very good beat. It's just that, like I said, I think this is the type of beat. I mean, really, it's just like, this is one of those things where it's like, it's good, but you need vocals on it. You know what I mean? Like if you were to put anything on it, you need vocals. So, but if you were to leave the beat on its own as an instrumental, then I would say, you know what? You need something else on it. You need something else. I mean, because right now it's just a loop over and over, but it's very dope. So what do you add to it? I mean, you could add anything. This is the type of beat that you could add anything, really, because the sample's really nice. It's monotone, but it's nice. You can add, piano. You could add some guitar. Actually, I was thinking guitar would probably be better for this. But yeah, add something like that if you want to. But if you want to keep it as is, then definitely use this for an MC, man. This is perfect for that shit. It really is. And it does sound like it, because when you have that little break where you have some silence and stuff, it sounds like something like just an instrumental that's been ripped or something. So, from an actual hip-hop track or whatever. But no, it's dope. I just think that you should use this for an MC, or on its own, add something, man. Add some guitar. because nice drums, nice sample. The bass is very subtle. The bass could come up a little bit because I didn't hear it too much, but yeah, it's dope though. Very dope. All right, so next. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it. Well, that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat this week, the winner is, drumroll please, Jared Grant with Never Been. Let's check it out.